Jack here, also known as Silly Walker 1313. As I put up on a couple other sites, we should congratulate the winners of the Toronto Mayoral election tonight. And so I'd like to put out my congratulations to Bell Media, Rogers Communications, Global TV, ATV, CBC, multiple radio stations, Google, Facebook, and a few others that I can't remember at this moment. But you truly did win the election. It wasn't John Tory, it was you. And I think it's despicable, but I congratulate you. You've shown the people of Toronto that you control them. They do as you want. You can break laws. You can run amok. You can destroy contracts. You can do an attack on Canadian democracy and freedom of speech. I know you're all pushing the Trudeau agenda to get rid of our Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and bring in a blasphemy law. But hey, we'll see how that works out. You get your feet wet in Toronto. Let's try it other places. I think a lot of people are awake now. But I think it's disgusting that they would slink to that level. Worse than the belly of a snake. And you know what? It was all about cash. Cash and showing who had the power. To teach you guys a lesson on who is stronger. Democracy or media. Well, it's only the first battle. There's going to be a major war about this. But look at these people that run these companies, the CEOs. Look at the CEOs of Rogers and Bell and all the other news outlets. Figure out their names. You can get their names. You can get it online. These are people that are against Canada. These are the people that are trying to tear Canada down from the inside. They're the ones working with Trudeau, pushing his agenda. They don't have an agenda for Toronto. They have an agenda for Trudeau. And you people have to suffer the consequences. Oh, Sanctuary City. Will there be more murders? Let's ask ourselves that stupid question, shall we? Unvetted immigrants coming across the border, ending up in Toronto, flooding the hotels, damaging the hotels, defecating wherever they like, doing whatever they like, getting more money than the military men do that are pensioned off, getting special housing while our poor here in Canada get nothing. Listen, we have to look at this for what it is. An attempted takeover of the government by mass media. This is just a microcosm of what they're looking at. They want to see how this worked so they could try it in other big cities. All they're looking for is a battle. And if I know Canadians, there's going to be a battle. Let me ask you this. All you people that have Rogers phones and Bell phones, you know what? I would cancel. What's more important? The sovereignty of this nation, free speech, free thought, a free Canada, or a telephone. Find a place that's not Bell. Find a place that's not Rogers. Call them and cancel. Let them try to sue you for what's left on there. And you can tell them that you thought you were dealing with a phone company, not a branch of the federal government or provincial government. Simple as that. Sometimes there are things that are more important, like future generations of Canadians. I want my grandchildren to grow up in a country that I was proud of. Not this country right now that is being run by the loons. They shut down the mental hospitals, mental health hospitals across Canada. It was a cost cutting. Now look at it. Is it a cost cutting? Every liberal's running free now. One flew over the cuckoo's nest has nothing on our government. Everybody has to learn to speak up. It's your democratic right and your democratic duty. You don't vote once every 4 years and walk away and say it's somebody else's problem. Because you own that power. You own the power. You're lending it to them for 4 years. So read these platforms, question them. The only time they want to answer questions is at election time. After that, they don't care. And as I've said in another video, our members of parliament are voted in by constituents. The reason they're voted in is these MPs are supposed to be the voice of the common man in the House of Commons, which is the common man's house, where he is supposed to be able to get answers to questions. Trudeau hasn't answered any questions. He deflects. He's an idiot. His agenda is all that matters. He's a thief. He's a cheat, as are most of the people in his party. All of those feminists that stood up against the FGM. I noticed that. You're despicable. You're all despicable. And it goes for all parties, too. I don't just single out one party. You're sitting in the House of Commons, can't wait for the day to get over so you can get out and get your drinks or whatever. But you know what? This country's in peril. This country's sinking. It's not an 8-hour job. It's a job that you do to save the country. You work your damn ass off. I know it's hard for you people to believe, but that's what work is. Not having drinks with somebody down at the lounge. It's working. Finding solutions to the problems that are affecting average Canadians. And as I said, I'm crossing this country to look for signatures. It's the only way you're going to change is to force change on this government. And to do that, it's collecting signatures, not just from the Liberal Party or Conservative Party or NDP, from everybody. Because I'm not attacking their core beliefs. I'm attacking the way that they govern once they're in power. They take the power and they run amok. They spend like there's no tomorrow. They lie. They cheat. They do insider trading. They break ethics violations. They give contracts to friends and that should never get contracts. There's no oversight. No, there's no oversight. The Senate's a toothless dog that sits on the porch and maybe pisses over the side now and then to seem relevant. But they're not. We've got crooked governments in this house. One party's, listen, Trudeau's the worst, he's got to go. But once he's gone, you've got Bernier, Scheer, you've got whoever else is in there. They're all the same. They pander. That's all they do is they pander. And it's time the pandering came to an end in this country. People have to be taken seriously. You're in that office. Your primary concern in that office, and I'll put this up to Mr. Goodell and Mr. Trudeau, your primary job is the safety of the citizens of this great country, which you have failed at miserably. To go take a look at the tombstones of the children that have died because of your stupidity. There I said it. I am a Canadian nationalist. And I know you're stupid, so let me spell it out for you. That doesn't mean white nationalist, or it means I am proud of my country. I'm embarrassed by my governments. And not one government runs on a platform of bringing in change like recall, heavy penalties, loss of jobs. None of them. You know why? They're scared it will end up affecting their career. And what politician has the right to be voted in using your power and then use that power to make himself rich after government by going and sitting on these boards, plum jobs? They should not be allowed to sit on any of these boards until 10 years after they leave the office. And that goes for all politicians. If they're caught profiting off the office, then they should be gone. We the people have to wake up. I'm crossing the country to get signatures. I'm going to be starting in January putting out papers for signatures. And I hope that you people will join me. Take it seriously. Let's get it out there. Let's get the signatures in. And let's see what happens. Let's not ask for change. Let's demand change. Again, this is Jack, wishing you a good night.